Good evening. It is Thursday evening, March 3rd, and tomorrow will be March 4th. My theme for tonight is March 4th into fun and play. To introduce myself, I'm Pamela Bailey. I am the lead practitioner at the Center for Spiritual Living in Camarillo, California, and that is my pleasure, my path, and I am delighted to be here with you tonight. So I chose this topic because I thought, oh gosh, this would be really fun to talk about play, to talk about fun, to talk about joy, because that's such an important part of our spiritual journey. And the theme this month for the Centers for Spiritual Living is play in the overall aspect of living in wonder. So gosh, here we are marching forth into fun and play, and we'll have joy and balance in our spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional lives from doing that. So I think that is truly where we want to be. So again, why this topic? It is our theme for the month, and I thought it would be a cute alliteration, although of course today is not March 4th, it's March 3rd. And the question that I have for you is, does play come naturally to you? It is vital to our health, it truly is. And most of us, once we grow up, we don't do as much playing as we used to do. In fact, sometimes we don't do any playing at all. It's go, 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 the hamster wheel, the work to be done, all of that. And even those of us who are retired, there are things that keep us busy and committed. Those are good. And again, we want to be certain to take time to play. It has been said that we don't grow older. Wait a second, let me get this right. It is said that we grow older because we stop playing and laughing. It is not that as we grow older, we stop playing and laughing. So children, think about it. They laugh, they pick up any object, they think of all kinds of really creative ways to play with it. How can we bring that childlike wonder and that play and, oh boy, here's this new object. How can I play with it? What can I do with it? Where can I put it? And if you're a toddler, oh, what does it taste like? We usually don't go there, but children have such vitality and so much energy, and part of it is because they play, and they play full out. So I ask you to consider that it could be a wonderful thing to add more play to your life. And we want to do that. And there's another aspect of this. So again, play is the focus here. And of course, when we play, hopefully we have fun. And when we are playing and having fun, we are fully in this present moment. Now, some wise spiritual teachers from many, many traditions have said that joy is the evidence of the presence of God. And yes, do we want to live in the presence of the divine? I do, and I'm guessing if you're watching this video, you do as well. So our access to that joy is enjoying the present moment and playing and doing that without significance, that you're just fully present and in the moment and enjoying it. So here we are in March. How do we march forth into joy, fun, and play? Okay, once again, start by giving up any and all expectations of how it will be and feel. This shift is for your spirit, no one else's. And because it's new, we don't know how it's going to turn out. Nobody can, because it's something new. We certainly have something to say about it, but be willing to try new things or things that you used to do newly. Think of playing jacks. I mean, if you're a girl, And I don't think boys played jacks too much, but if you're a girl, how many years ago was it that you last played jacks? I would think quite a few. And yet, remember how much fun that was. Down on the ground and you threw that ball and you gathered up the jacks or threw them over or whatever you did. And you were fully in that game, and that was fun. And why was it fun? Because you were fully involved, and it wasn't as if there was any place to get to or anything that you had to do. And remember, it's a game. And if there's any rules, you get to make it up. So do something new and do something fun, do something silly. Be willing to look or even be ridiculous. Life is too short to take it seriously. And choose your playmates wisely. Invite people who are open and playful to join you and creative. And together you can come up with amazing and fun things to do. It can be fun to have a competition, but remember, this is a game and the goal is fun, not winning. Stephen Covey in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, he said, win-win or no game. So if we have a game and someone's going to lose, that's not the kind of game that enriches all the players. That's the game we want to be playing, where everyone is enriched by the experience. So maybe if the game isn't looking that way, maybe you gather up your marbles and go home. So what? You can create something new with somebody else and have it be something that is mutually enjoyable. So as I was thinking about this topic, I came up with a whole bunch of specific ideas, and you could come up with many yourself. So pretend you're 5 again. What are your favorite things to do? Create some things, draw or finger paint, color with abandon. Those darn lines don't matter. They don't make any difference. Do what you want to do on that paper. Start a collection, different kinds of leaves, rocks, marbles. If you were playing marbles, maybe you have some special old shooters or Aggies or something that you treasure. And here's one. I've always wanted to do this. I actually haven't yet done it. But when there are fallen leaves that are in a big pile, get a kid or your inner child and roll in them or jump in them. But make sure it's safe first. No big rocks underneath. Okay, yo-yo. When was the last time you walked a dog? My guess is no matter how old you are, if you're on here, it's been years. Here's some playground ones. Hang upside down on a parallel bar. Climb the jungle gym. Teeter-totter. Swing as high as you can. Play hide and seek. These are things that we all did at one time or some similar variation. The whole point is just to let go of looking good, of having to do it a certain way, and just to be fully in the experience. Most of the things that I mentioned don't require a great deal of skill. But again, be sure before you do some of them that it's safe for your body. Here's some other ones. How about playing cards? Play Go Fish or War. Those games are just fun. You laugh, and if your opponent tries to cheat, you catch them at it. But be in that moment, playing full out. So whatever you do, go for it. Go for it and be in the moment. If you're worrying about how you look, stop it. There's this wonderful video on YouTube by Bob Newhart. It had to have been made, 40 or 50 years ago. But the title is Stop It. If you're having a hard time stopping, watch that video, and I guarantee A, you'll get a laugh, and B, you might even be inspired to stop those things that make you crazy. Okay, here's some other ones. How about dressing up or making up? Use your imagination. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, perfection is not the goal. Fun is. Take it to the limit. Remember, you're only living this precious moment once. Lie on your back. Watch the clouds. Make up stories about those clouds as they move. What sort of animals are they? What are they up to? If you're with others, tell stories to or about them. Watch the stars on a dark night. Make up stories about what it would be like to live there. Get creative. Paint or draw. Your medium of choice. Just do it. Or find a class that calls you. I have a friend whose passion is teaching older people to paint. Well, she was having this video class, so I joined. It was wonderful. I had to gather up my supplies, of course, but I didn't have to draw anything or any of that. I actually just played with colors and textures, and at the end of the time, I actually had a picture. In fact, I put it away so well, I couldn't find it to show you. But it's just fun. Make up songs or sing ones you remember and loved from way back when, or Christmas carols at the top of your voice. Invite others. Have a duet or more. Pretend you're on stage. Have a fake microphone. Sing your heart out. If you're a grandparent, get your grandkids to be the audience, or vice versa. Have them be on stage and you be the audience. Okay, when you make up songs or sing them, start from, I know I can do this. You'll be surprised. I bet you actually can. Play an instrument for fun. Chopsticks on the piano, silly songs on a ukulele. All you have to do is master 2 or 3 chords. Or your own beats on a drum, or even, as a kid would do, a pan from the kitchen. Challenge yourself. Say or do something new every day. Ask a new question. Take a new route to work or to some place that you go. Follow Eleanor Roosevelt's advice. Do something you're afraid of every day. Okay, and think of ways you could do a good deed anonymously, i.e. do something and the person doesn't see you or doesn't know who did it. It could be something like paying for somebody else's meal or opening a door or whatever. But so it's not you getting the credit, but you just know that you're adding to the good vibrations on the planet. These and the doing something new every day, track them. Give yourself a gold star on the calendar when you do them. And give yourself a score on this so that you know you're keeping to it. All right, so, and if you're, okay, so here's another one that I think is fun. Like where I live, there's lots of lovely plantings and so on. Go around the garden, smell all the plants, not just the flowers, and decide which one is your favorite. That is, if it's okay wherever it is that you're doing that. And know that there's always something fun that you could do, and there are no limits to our imaginations. Be proud of looking silly. Some more ideas for fun and play are looking at the reels on Facebook. You know, when you get into Facebook, there's this thing that you can push for reels, and they're really delightful. They're just a way to bring a smile to your face. And what it is it tends to either be babies or toddlers or dogs or sometimes cats, and it's either something that makes you laugh or makes you go, ah, either one, good. So do that. And there's, you know, if that's not enough, there's tons of funny videos on YouTube and on other websites, but those are the ones that I know. I like to look at those reels every morning, and it's just fun to see what somebody has posted there. Another thing you could do, back to classes, is you could find a laughter yoga class. And one of the things that they have discovered is that when you actually start laughing, it shifts the energy, and it's easier to keep laughing, and it's contagious. Other people will want to join you. So Those are good things to try to do. So, and you could make your own silly videos. Now, this is something, 20, 30, 50 years ago, you couldn't have done without all the equipment. But now, with your cell phone, you can make a video, and you can even edit it with some of the apps that we have. And then have a showing, invite an audience over. So that's another fun thing that you can do. I have some friends, well, they're actually in the industry, in the film industry, but they have this whole thing in their backyard where they have this massive screen, and they play their films, and they play all sorts of films. It's really fun to share films, especially if you or somebody you know are in it. You can dance like nobody's watching. So whatever music floats your boat, pretend you're Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers. Exaggerate it. Or do some of your old favorites. Remember the pony, the frug, the mashed potato, the stroll, the twist. Gosh, you could think of others, but things that you haven't done in years. However, I have a suggestion. If you do the twist, don't do it too much or you'll have really sore muscles tomorrow. Get yourself a partner. Try swing dancing or the Texas two-step. Excuse me, I have this itch on my nose. Or the tango or the mambo or the cha-cha or whatever. Just enjoy it and make sure that whoever you invite to join you enjoys it as well. So as Nike says, just do it. Just do it, and do it with gusto. The point is to do something new off your beaten path or from your long ago past, and to do it all out. Maybe until you fall in a chair or on the floor, laughing or exhausted, but just keep doing it. Because that's, like when you burn yourself out having fun, what better thing can you do? Spirit wants us to play and to be joyful. Look at all the things playing and creating. Hold on a second. Look at all the variety of playing that you can do. And when you're playing, having fun, and joyful, you're in the moment. That's one of the things about it. Being fully in the moment is truly a spiritual practice. That precious moment, you only have the one that you're in this very moment. And we don't know how many we're going to have. So I've just suggested a few things. There are many, many, many other things that you could do at home, cheaply or for no money at all, or ones where you could create an experience out in the world. There's one more. I forgot the water ones. Oh my goodness. So if you're a really good swimmer, these things are really easy. But if you're not, in a swimming pool, you can play Marco Polo or splash around on a what are they called? Those paddle boards. Or at the beach, you can make a sand castle or have a competition for who can make the highest one or the deepest hole or whatever. But it's just get out there and do something that you don't ordinarily do and enjoy the moment. Okay. And something else here is that it's important in life to have balance. I know we've all heard this, and a lot of us in this teaching are very mental, and we like to learn stuff, and we want to improve ourselves, and all that is great. But sometimes the balance would be stop, put all that mental stuff aside, put all those efforts aside, and just play. Just be in the moment. That is part of balance, is just to be fully present and in that moment, right here, right now. It truly is important for your health on every level, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, for you to have that balance and for you to let go of all the busyness, of all the stuff, of all the tedious tasks, and Allow yourself to just be in the moment. Play fills us in ways that nothing else can. It truly is essential to our well-being. A financial advisor wrote a column about financial advice, duh, but this was a spiritual financial advisor, and she recommended that you have a budget. And in that budget, obviously, you have some notion of what's coming in and what your expenses are, but that in addition to those, to your expenses, that you have a plan for saving and that you tithe or contribute, and that you have a fund for play. Now, this could be to buy toys, this could be to go on vacations or to try new experiences. Whatever it is just like do something completely new where you truly, not just you have a beginner mind, but you are a beginner, no matter how old you are or how experienced in many things. There's an excellent book on play by Stuart Brown. Surprisingly, it's called Play, and it's worth a read. And if you think and say you're too busy to play, you're too busy. You are just too busy. With sufficient creativity and commitment, because it may be awkward, we can add play and fun to the most onerous of tasks. Make a game of your most boring or tedious task. Have silly rules. Bribe yourself if necessary. For instance, I'm setting up that I'm going to go through all of my clothes and I'm going to let go of the ones that I haven't worn in a long time or probably never will wear. And I'm taking them to the Goodwill. Once I've done that, I get to schedule a massage. Wow. You know, that's, for me, that's a great bribe. You have your own, whatever they may be. Or challenge a friend to a friendly competition on some tedious task that you both avoid and don't want to do. You know, it could be something like something you've been procrastinating on. Maybe it's going through documents or preparing to do your taxes, or once you've done it, filing them away or something. But add fun and play to it. Maybe you make a competition out of it, and so whoever does the most of whatever gets taken out to lunch by the other one. It doesn't matter. It has to just be something that you're both or all engaged in. But it's, you know, and when you're in it with a friend, again, it's a different kind of play than something you set up for yourself. And, you know, you're enjoying the friendship as well. Plus, in this case, it's something positive. So, going back to all of it and thanking you for being with me here tonight, I just want everyone, if they would, to remember that there's a good reason, cause, basic human need behind the fact that CSL, the Centers for Spiritual Living's theme for this month is play, and that's in the greater context of living in wonder. Yeah, and if we're living in wonder in that place where we don't know it all yet, how great is that? And then to come up with play and be fully present, doing new things and doing them in new ways. Okay, so when we're playing, we're living in wonder, fully in the present moment. Fun often results. Even better when you're in integrity and at peace in your life and enjoying the process. That's when joy and peace of mind are fully present. And that is a high state of living. And the other, well, yes, it's the highest state of living, and that strengthens our connection to the divine. Being peaceful in our center and knowing that we're doing the best that we can, that is the strongest way we can connect in this very holy moment to Spirit. So I invite you this month to March 4th in fun and play and live in joy. the highest level that we can live. Thank you very much.